Hello everyone, before starting this video, if you haven't watched the other two videos of the big October horror, creepy, interesting videos of 2025, please watch them. The first one, I watch a lot of bad dark web movies and tell you why they suck. The other one, I talk about the clown panic of 2016. And in today's video, it's a big doozy. Everybody loves memes. We all love reacting to them. We all love sending them to our friends and our group chats. But sometimes these memes have an interesting origin. A lot of these memes come from infamous moments. A lot of them come from, quick pictures and other forms of media. But sometimes these memes came from actual tragedies and horrible events. That's what we're going to talk about today. In today's video, we're talking about the tragedies that were turned into memes. I have 5 examples. I can't wait to tell you guys. So, if you probably laughed at a couple of these memes, you're probably a bad person. Well, not actually a bad person. If you like, comment, and subscribe, me and God will forgive you. If not, yeah, you're going to hell, Buster, and you're going to be watching the 24-hour in the loop of unfriended dark web. With that being said, let's start the video.
From her father, you bunch of lying, no good punks, and I know who it's coming from because I backtraced it. And I know who's emailing and who's doing it, and you've been reported to the cyber police and the state police.
Known online as Jessie Slaughter or Curly Girl 13, Jessie Slaughter began at the age of 10, where she was targeted with massive online harassment after accusations circulated on forums like Sticky Drama and 4chan, claiming that they had sexual relationships with Davi Vanity, who is the head singer of Blood on the Dance Floor, and that they had been sexually assaulted by a friend. These allegations, which Vanity had repeatedly denied, quickly spiraled into doxing, prank calls, hate emails, and threats directed to Jessie Slaughter and their family, escalating from just standard cyberbullying into stalking and harassment. Jessie Slaughter's initial viral response came in July 2010 through profanity-laced YouTube videos, where they denied the claims and defended their relationship with Vanity as just a purely platonic one. One video included a now infamous rant by their father, Gene Leonhardt, warning the harassers that they had done goofed and would face consequences. This video and his speech became widely memed, inspiring image macros, remixed videos, and single-serving parody websites. The family's personal information, including address, phone numbers, were exposed, prompting police protection. Home surveillance and court orders were also involved, restricting Leonhardt's internet access. The stress contributed to Gene Leonhardt later arrest for allegedly striking Jessie Slaughter in a heated argument and his subsequent death from a heart attack in 2011. Following the controversy, Jessie Slaughter entered counseling and gradually re-emerged online. Jessie Slaughter came out as transgender and non-binary, adopting the name Damien Leonhardt, and resumed posting on YouTube and social media under the new name. Between 2013 and 2020, Damien publicly accused Vanity of sexual abuse beginning when they were 10 years old. Additional reports revealed over 21 other women alleging sexual assault and child abuse by Vanity, prompting FBI investigation. These revelations reframed the earlier harassment in a more disturbing light. The child had not only been targeted just by malicious internet trolls, but was also a victim of sexual abuse by an actual adult. Coverage of the harassment, including Gawker reporting and Good Morning America interview, demonstrated both the real-life consequence of online trolling and the ways of viral fame, and how can that amplify a minor's exposure to abuse. Damien continues to speak publicly about their experience, highlighting the intersection of online harassment and child abuse and the long-term impact that these events can have on a victim.
He was such an hero to take it all away. We miss him so that you should know, and we honor him this day. He was an hero to take that shot to leave us all behind. He had courage, that boy did, courage in his heart, to take that shot to end his pain, to tear us all apart. But in the end, he died in courage, lacking nevermore. He died an hero, Mitchell did, and will love him forevermore. We love you like an brother. We miss you so much. We will always love you, kid. Rest in peace, Mitch.
In April 2006, tragedy struck in Rochester, Minnesota when 13-year-old Mitchell Henderson, a seemingly normal 7th grader, ended his life with his father's rifle. The reasons behind his decision remain unknown, but the loss shocked his family, friends, and community. His school held a memorial assembly, a large funeral that was arranged, and a MySpace page quickly became a digital gathering space filled with tributes. Among the messages of grief, one classmate posted a lengthy poem mourning Mitchell, mistakenly calling him an hero rather than saying a hero. Though a small typo, it would later evolve into one of the internet's darkest and most infamous memes. The MySpace memorial was eventually discovered by users of MyDeathSpace, a site dedicated to cataloging online memorials, and soon after by the notorious B-board on 4chan. Trolls immediately seized on the phrase "an hero," twisting it into a mocking synonym for suicide. In their hands, Mitchell's death became not just a tragedy, but a cruel, twisted punchline. They circulated the false story that he had killed himself because he lost his iPod, based on a passing mention on it on a page, while the real reason for Mitchell's suicide remains uncertain. Speculation ranges from ordinary adolescent struggles, him being a teenager, with of course the dark theories stating that he killed himself because he lost his iPod or he didn't get a date with a girl he liked. From there, the harassment escalated to disturbing levels. 4chan users hacked Mitchell's MySpace account and replaced his profile picture with a zombified edit of his face. They created memes inserting him in grotesque or pornographic images, mocked him in videos reenacting his death with a shattered iPod, and even placed an iPod on his grave before posting photos online. Trolls also launched a campaign of harassment against his grieving parents, prank calling their house with chilling messages like, "Hi, this is Mitchell, I'm at the cemetery," and "Hi, I'm Mitchell's ghost. Do you know where my iPod is? Why is the door unlocked? Can you come down and let me in?" According to his father, Mark, these calls continued for a year and a half, devastating his already grieving wife. The phrase "an hero" quickly spread beyond 4chan. On September 2, 2006, it was submitted to Urban Dictionary with the definition "to commit suicide." Regardless of how stupid the reason is or not, someone stole Mitchell's iPod, so he became an hero. From then on, an hero became a shorthand way of just telling yourself that you killed yourself online. Even years later, the meme endured. On April 21, 2011, Encyclopedia published a satirical guide on how to become an hero, further cementing the phrase as internet slang. Encyclopedia Dramatica, infamous for glorifying the internet trolls, celebrated Henderson as the first recipient of a fictional award known as the Golden iPod Award, mocking suicide victims through fabricated tributes. It's crazy to see how insane this, meme went, especially in the 2000s. Encyclopedia Dramatica shut down in 2023 with the Golden iPod Awards disappearing with it, but the legacy of an hero still lives on, with many trolls still laughing at the an hero memes. In 2004, Natsumi Tsuji, an 11-year-old Japanese schoolgirl, committing a shocking crime, where at school she lured her 12-year-old classmate Satomi Mirai into an empty classroom during lunch, blindfolded her under the pretense of playing a game, and fatally attacked her with a box cutter. Covered in blood, Natsumi returned to class calmly before being discovered by her teacher. She later confessed to police, saying she had been angered by Satomi's insults on her personal blog. Natsumi explained that she felt angry at Satomi for slandering her online and spreading these cruel rumors about her weight and labeling her as a goody-goody. Following the incident, Natsumi was institutionalized for 4 years before being released in 2008. Many people, of course, speculated what would at least lead her to do this, where a lot of people speculated that she was influenced in part by violent media she had been consuming, leaving her isolated and increasingly obsessed with horror media such as Battle Royale. One aspect that made this case particularly notorious was the connection to a Japanese internet legend known as the Red Room Curse. Investigators found that Natsumi's #1 bookmarked site on her computer was a flash animation depicting the Red Room Curse. According to the legend, the Red Room is a mysterious pop-up that asks, "Do you like?" in Japanese, narrated by a girl, attempts to close the pop-up fail, and eventually the message changes to, "Do you like the Red Room?" At this point, the screen turns red, and the list of the previous victims' names appears. Legend says that the victim will then commit suicide, covering the walls of the room with their own blood, and some people have speculated that the Sasebo slashing might have somehow validated the Red Room Curse because Natsumi's top bookmark was the Red Room flash animation. However, this connection was just speculation. Due to her age, her trial was conducted under strict privacy protections, but media coverage eventually revealed identifying details, sparking public outrage and fascination. During her time in custody, she was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, though although psychiatrists stress that such a diagnosis alone does not predict violent behavior. Now, I know why you guys are here, and let's just say here. The case gained enduring notoriety due to its rapid and unsettling spread across the internet. In her class photo, Natsumi was wearing a sweatshirt that said the words Nevada, which led anonymous online users, particularly on the Japanese forum 2 channel, to nickname her Nevada-tan or Little Nevada. This moniker quickly became a global phenomenon, sparking memes, fan art, and fictionalized depictions of Natsumi as a cult-like figure often portrayed her with a sweet smile while holding a bloodied box cutter and a bloody Nevada hoodie. On September 7, 2012, Amanda Todd, a 15-year-old girl, uploaded an infamous YouTube video titled My Story: Struggling, Bullying, Suicide, and Self-Harm. In this video, she used handwritten cards to share her experiences with bullying online, the exploitation of her, and the mental health issues she was having. After moving in with her father in 7th grade, she began video chatting online with strangers because she was having a hard time in school. She received multiple compliments but was soon manipulated by a stranger who blackmailed her after pressuring her to expose herself. This led to her suffering from severe anxiety, depression, and panic attack. Despite transferring to other schools, she still faced continual harassment as her images were shared on social media. This relentless bullying took a significant harm in her psyche, which led to her self-harm, substance use, and a physical assault that worsened her mental state. In a desperate attempt to escape her pain, she attempted suicide by drinking bleach but survived after hospitalization. Unfortunately, the online harassment continued, with her classmates cruelly commenting on her suicide attempt and encouraging further self-harm. Amanda struggled with bullying both in person and online, which, combined with her learning disability and academic challenges, was too much for her. Tragically, on October 10, 2012, she was found dead by hanging in her home in British Columbia. Her story gained international attention, with her video going viral and media outlets reported it extensively on her experiences and suicide. Social media memorials drew support, with hundreds and thousands of supporters, from regular people to internet celebrities coming down and talking about how horrible her situation is, and talking and having discussions about anti-bullying programs and mental health challenges for young people. On October 15, 2012, Danny Moran, a New Democrat, called for a national campaign against cyberbullying and proposed the creation of the House of Commons Committee to find solutions. The day before, the blog Motley News reported that a group called Anonymous claimed to have identified Amanda Todd's blackmailer as Cody Maxton through information shared by 4chan's users. The post included links to Maxton's personal details and related websites. The following day, the arts and culture blog Vice published an article discussing the claims and revealed that Anonymous had hacked the Twitter account of Alex Ramos, a teenager accused of sharing naked photos of Todd following her death. By October 17, Maxton claimed that he was a friend of Amanda and identified another individual nicknamed Viper as the true culprit. However, Maxton's lawyer indicated that the Royal Canadian Mounted Police cleared him as a suspect in Amanda Todd's death. Nearly a month later, on November 10, new evidence suggesting Maxton's involvement was released in an episode of The Daily Capper, a web series focused on issues in the webcam chat community. This episode challenged Maxton's claims that Viper, being the stalker by presenting chat logs where Viper denied involvement in blackmail and showed friendly interactions between him and Maxton. The findings suggest that Maxton and Viper collaborated in the past, sharing videos and working together up until mid-2011. From Amanda Todd's infamous handwritten card video to her drinking bleach, it's no surprising that she has had an immense portion of memes and videos basically making fun of her. And the sad thing is, it still existed even after her death.
The investigation into the high school massacre is slow-moving and dangerous. The two gunmen who went on the rampage booby-trapped the building and even themselves.
The Columbine High School Massacre took place on April 20, 1999 in Columbine, Colorado, and it is known as the most notorious school shooting in U.S. history. 12th graders Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold carried out a planned attack involving large amounts of bombs and guns, with the killing 13 students and 1 teacher and injuring 20 others. Most of the victims were shot in school library after their initial bombing plan failed. They switched to firearms and later took their own life. The attack sparked serious discussion about law enforcement, school safety, gun laws, bullying, and media influence, inspiring over 70 copycat attacks by the year of 2025. Referred to as the Columbine Effect, Harris and Klebold shared their violent thoughts through writings and online posts. with their distinctive black trench coats becoming a symbol for their tragedy. Various memorials were created to honor the victims, and the cultural impact of the massacre reaches far beyond the immediate event, affecting media, music, and online communities. Some young people have become fascinated with Harris and Klebold, romanticizing their lives and writing. A notable incident occurred shortly before the 20th anniversary when 18-year-old Sol, captivated by the massacre, traveled to Denver with a shotgun. Although she did not threaten any schools, her disappearance caused panic and she was later found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot, highlighting the ongoing psychological effect that Columbine has on the troubled youth. Research shows that many school shooters exhibit suicidal tendencies, which contributes to their appeal. Some adolescents excuse or romanticize the actions of Harris and Klebold while dealing with their own mental health issues. Probably one of the most infamous songs, Pumped Up Kids, is an indie pop song by Foster the People released in September of 2010 as the band's debut single. The song is written from the perspective of a homicidal teenager fantasizing about shooting other youths with the song Pumped Up Kids playing. The song quickly became associated with school shootings in online communities. YouTubers such as Notorious Finn and Alan Ortega created montages combining footage of the Columbine massacre with the song, and similar remixes appeared on 4chan's WSG board, later compiled by Melody Nabro in June 2016. These videos often spark debates about the ethics of using the song with that said, video of actual Columbine footage. But that isn't the only thing done. There are multiple mods of the actual Columbine massacre put in multiple famous shooting games, such as Doom, where Doom itself was controversial due to its graphic violence and satanic imagery, with critics like David Grossman labeling it as a mass murder simulator. This connection between gaming, media, and school shooting became a recurring topic in discussion of the youth's violence and online influence. In the aftermath of Columbine, humor and commentary about the massacre was prevalent online, including submissions like the Columbine jokes list. The tragedy also shaped the use of phrases like thoughts and prayers, which have been criticized online as empty platitudes when offered a response to the mass shootings. Columbine is one of the most infamous moments in US history, and the fact that it's been used as cool edits for depressed teenagers and mods for these edgy kids. It's insane how even till this day there are multiple TikToks and Instagram posts basically glorifying these individuals, which honestly is disgusting. And the fact that in like a couple of years it's going to be the 30th anniversary, it probably shows how fucked up even till this day the youth's mental health problem is. And that's it. Not as long as the dark web movie video, but longer than the clown panic video. This video was very interesting because there are a lot of memes that I remember seeing back in the day and just infamous moments. Like I remember the Amanda Todd memes that were being shown when I was a kid, and just the plethora of Columbine, I guess, uwu posts. It's disgusting in my opinion. But what do you guys think? Have you guys seen any of these memes? Is there any others that I didn't talk about? Please leave it in the comments below. Please like, comment, subscribe, share as well, and get ready for the next video. It's your boy VVTax. Bye.